briefly that as of 3 p.m. today, I notified the chairman of the county commissioner that I no longer desire to serve on the Lanier County Park and Rec Board. I started the board with the idea of making the park better, helping the children. It just, as time has went on, it just appears like, maybe we're doing good, but then it don't look like we're doing good. And I don't want to be a detriment to anything that happens at the park. I don't want to do anything that will hurt harm anybody's child. I just rather step aside and allow other people to run it. And I'll do whatever I'm told. But I appreciate the opportunity to have been on the park board. I enjoy serving. I enjoy serving people. And I hope everyone has a continued fun down at the park. And I'll step aside and let these folks do that for me.
Excuse me, I'm late getting this thrown on me right here at the last minute. I apologize. Where we at on the reading the minute? Yeah. Last month's meeting, minutes keep moving open the meeting. Board member Scott Settlers not in attendance. All of the board members and the park director were. Moving there last month's minutes. Tony Thornberry made a motion to approve. Jim Cook seconded the motion. All in favor. Park director John Norton asked for Stanley Jones to be added to the umpire list. So Tony Thornberry made the motion to approve. Clint Brown in second. All in favor. Jamie Cook asked the park director if the umpire class was done and was Stride Jones done the class. The park director said yes, the class was done. Done the class. The park director stated there were 24 teams from T-ball to 17 and under girls with approximately 260 kids signed up for spring sports with only 25 not paid. There were 13 team sponsors and 6 of the sponsors had not yet paid. Clint Browning made a motion to remove signatures from the park director's handbook. Tony Thornberry second, all in favor. Ryan Suggs gave a quote on fixing bathroom doors, cool seal storage, and that was $403.20. He also provided a quote for the high school baseball field concession stand at $369.60. Clint Brown made a motion to accept the bid for the bathroom doors, storage building, and to table concession stand until next month, so the chairman can talk to schools and help him keep the cost of getting it fixed. Would help him get the cost of getting it fixed. Tony Thornberry second. All in favor. Jamie Cook made a motion to make a recommendation to the Board of Commissioners to have basketball court moved inside the park with money left over from the park's 2012-2013 budget. The board will also get a quote on concrete and asphalt to provide the Board of Commissioners. Clint Brown second motion. All in favor. Jamie Cook announced he would be resigning from the park board as of June 31st, 2013. The board needed to find someone to replace him. Clint Browning made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Jamie Cook second. All in favor. We have a motion to accept the reading of last month's minutes. I'll second. All in favor.
Make a motion because of the amount of citizens we got tonight, instead of keeping them here like we stuck at tonight. I'll make a motion that we amend the agenda and we move citizens' comments up to right behind Ms. Pat Miller to the
before or after this? After.
I second that motion.
Okay. This time, Mr. Miller, you got something to share with us?
I got invited down here to tell you all that I'm running for mayor of Lakeland, Georgia. And what I will do, I will put the money back in the budget for Parks and Recreation. I promise you I will do that. And the other thing I'm going to do with my own money, Jamie knows better than the rest of you all because he owns land across the road from me. And I'm going to clean up a fish pond that I inherited the land and my daddy built, and it's in terrible shape. I have a Mr. Drawdy from Nashville, Georgia, is going to clean up that fish pond. I'm going to stock it. I'm going to clean up around that house and take the back end of that house off and put a bathroom in it and put a small kitchen in it. There's some beautiful oak trees around that house. I'm going to clean all that up. And I'm going, if I'm elected, I'm going to use that area out there with horseshoes and anything else that kids want to do without their phones and without their electronic devices. And have somebody out there with my own money to monitor who comes in, so at the end of the day we will know to get everybody out of there. Kids can go fishing, church groups can bring their kids out there to go fishing. They can swing on the tires. I will have insurance to cover that. I will still run this city as best I know how with the finances that we have. And if anybody tells me that it's double taxation, I will tell them if they've ever sold any timber and paid taxes on that land, if you don't pay your timber tax, Lanier County's looking for you. So that's what I'm about. I would be open for any questions. I would appreciate your support if you live in the city the first Tuesday in November.
You're more welcome to go or stay, whatever floats your.
Well, I'll go since I'm cooking for Miss Helen tonight, who broke her ankle taking her supper. And I want to tell you, I don't know you, but I want to tell you to thank you for the service that you've done, because it is tough to take care of kids.
Motion, we move down to citizens' comments. We're going to start at we need to let, if everybody would limit 3 minutes apiece, if you would please, so we won't be.
We got the same rules in here that's at the park, so you got 3 minutes to speak, but we got the same rules here we got at the park. So if you start using foul language or get out of line, your 3 minutes is up immediately, first time, no warnings. Y'all want to start on this side and just go all the way around? But you want to keep it to the same subject and then go back to line? So, I mean, I'm sure all these people are here for the same thing.
Let's just start here and let them say their 3 minute piece. We go start back over here like we want 3 minutes. Yep.
Huh?
I mean, unless you want to pass.
So number 7, we got to follow that?
Yes. That actually is number 1 in this case.
We started back in, long story short, 3 minutes started when?
Now.
Oh, yeah. Heck. We started a travel ball team back in December of this last year, and we have been catching so much heck from the community, and people didn't get invited to play, lot of chastisement about it. Let me explain something a little bit about it. We went 9 and under because of open base, closed base. I'm not going into detail because a lot of y'all know what that means. You can't lead off. And we've been even getting in the rec ball thing. When our 9 that's on our Tigers travel team, those 9, I ain't saying they're better than anybody else down there, but out of the 9 or 10-year-old group, when it comes to All-Stars that just got picked, if we would have went with one team, 99% sure we're at least 8, 7, definitely, probably 8, if not 9, would have made the whole All-Star team of the Lakeland, 9 or 10. Well, we decided, we already getting a lot of flack from everybody, so we said, let's just do 2 teams because we know these boys are going to make it, and let 24 kids play instead of 9 or 10, or you're instead of 12. Still getting flack about that. I'm trying to watch my tongue and stuff here. A little episode that happened during the All-Star Tournament Saturday. Norwood had a meeting, from what I'm hearing, with the umpires. The first time left on the clock. If you got a minute or 2, you start the next inning, regardless of who's in the lead, who's not. Just tried 2 different games. We played against JJ. I wish he was here. We had 2 minutes on 2 or 3 minutes one game. The last game was 4 minutes. The umpire said play ball. The other team just got so offended, thinking that Key was trying to pay him off, being the chairman of the park board or something, and thought we was trying to cheat because the other team was in the lead at that time. The first game, we come back after when he said play ball. Of course, we went overtime then because when you start and we was the home team, we get hit again automatically, no matter how much time's on the clock. We won. The other team didn't like that. I mean, it's been stuff around Facebook, it's been stuff back around, and making this guy, he's not my brother, I'm uncle nothing, but they're making him look like he's the corporate, the bad guy of the whole community. He ain't done nothing. The umpire is the one that said play ball. What are you going to say? No, we don't want to play? I just don't know where a lot of this flack is coming from. And it's directed more towards him, but I'm sure my name's talked about too. If anybody wants to say something personally to me, I'd rather say something to me instead of running the mouth behind my back or his back or whatever, That's nice as I can put it. I can go a little bit more in depth, but on down the line.
I think that a lot of this is just my perspective looking at it. I think a lot of this is more for what the parents want, what they want, instead of what their child or what other children would benefit from. When you take 12 boys and say, y'all are the best of the best, y'all are going to play ball, that is an honor. But to stop and say, you know what, they are good, but we're going to let 12 more boys play just because we want to better this town, we want to better the team, and give more children an opportunity to play. I was sitting on the sideline. I stood right where Keith was standing this weekend, and not one time did he say anything to anybody, any umpire, about we got so-and-so minutes. We asked what time, how long do we have? Just fortunately, Michael's boy hit a knockout. We won the first game, so it pissed everybody off. Oh, sorry. Made everybody mad. Second game we lost. We was ready to play again. That team chose to go home in the first inning before we even finished that first game. JJ said, I'm done after this, we're leaving. Okay. They said they played 4 games, 5 games in a row, they were tired. Well, I don't know about anywhere else, but everywhere we play, you play a tournament till it's over, till 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. They did not discuss with us, hey, when can we make this up? Y'all, we're really tired. Hey, I'm out of here. Gone. So, in order, they said, we're going to make it up Monday. Well, 3 or 4 of our boys couldn't come back Monday because they thought the season was over. Their parents already made plans. So we said, we can't. So we ended up taking second place, which is no big deal for our boys, but we had to explain to our children why they lost 1 game during the season, they lost 1 game then, but we're taking second place. So to me, it's not about the kids. I think a lot of it's about the adults and what the adults want for their reputation as being number 1, and it's not about that. Just like participation. Yeah, they get a trophy, they get a participation, but you know what? They're 9 and 10. Why would you want to bring them down and say hurtful things like, we're not gonna let you play against so-and-so because, I don't like their daddy, or I don't like their mom. Because all that's gonna happen in the end is when those kids grow up and they get in high school, they're gonna hate other kids just because their mom and daddy hated them. They're not gonna give them the chance to say, you know what, those are some good kids. They're trying hard. Yes, my kid runs his mouth at the ballpark, but I promise you, I get on it. And it's how you raise your youngins is how they're gonna be in high school when they get up there playing for somebody. That's how you want them representing somebody when they go off to play. Not, oh, I don't like them so-and-so because their mommy was mean or their mommy was ugly. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the way people look at your kids is based off how their parents act. Period.
You start again. Katie, you want to talk?
I wasn't there Saturday, so I don't know that, but I'll talk about All-Stars. We had a parent meeting, we voted, it won to have the two teams, and now I'm hearing that it's changed after that. But I think if you look at it as from a parent, we're not from this county, we don't know anybody, we have no beef with anybody. I mean, why would you not want 24 kids playing instead of 12? I mean, that just makes sense. Give more kids more chance to represent your county and to take it to state and go farther with it. That's all. I mean, there's more kids than 12 that need to be playing All-Stars. And that's all I got.
They were understood.
Didn't get it right everything, basically.
She's paraphrasing it.
Usually with the table going.
My turn. All right, hey, just like Jamie Rice said, there never once during the game the other day did Keith Newbern ever once go up to the umpire and say, hey, we got to continue this game, we got 2 minutes, we can beat this team. Never did he do that. Matter of fact, it was actually brought up that there was 2 minutes left in the game, and Stride, whatever his real name is, he said, no, we got 4 minutes, let's play ball. So right there, after that first game, we had accepted our loss, and we were ready to play that second game. So for somebody to go out on a limb and try and blame something on Keith Newbern is absolutely ridiculous. It never happened that way, so whoever may ever did start that rumor, it should be squashed now. And not only myself, Jamie, Jacob Young, and Coach Y here, they can all attest to that. So other than that, 12 or 24, this is about the kids, y'all. This is 10 and under, 9 and under, whatever it is. I'm not a big guru and all that, but for the opportunity for 24 kids instead of 12 kids to be able to play baseball on an all-star team, are you kidding me? Lakevius, I'm not sure of his last name, but he wouldn't make just if we had one all-star team, but he would make the second all-star team. So for that kid who has lost his parents and gone through all kinds of stuff in his life, do you know what that would mean to that kid? I mean, just being his coach this year, an assistant coach with that kid, I mean, that kid really touched my heart. And he had a kind of a bad attitude in the beginning of the year, and I worked with him and talked with him and tried to play that role model for this kid. And to see him go from way down in the dirt where he was at to where we ended the season on, oh my goodness. So for that kid to not be able to play on an all-star team, it just breaks my heart. So, I mean, call me crazy, but 24 is better than 12, so that's all I got. Thanks. Coach Y?
Really what we're getting to here, folks, is some of what Jamie said and Misty said about these kids getting along. I mean, some of the examples we're setting, it's not good. And this is about them enjoying the game, about them learning. And that's what we're forgetting about, I think. I mean, my boy gets to play, doesn't get to play, it doesn't matter. There's other kids out there that need an opportunity. I'd like to clarify a few things about the Tiger group as well. I went to Keith. My boy, when we moved here, we played for the Batman, and it was too far for us to go 4 times a week. Okay. I feel we're behind, and we had this conversation earlier in the year about trying to get away from the machine because our kids are falling behind. Well, when you go to start talking about providing an opportunity for some people, a group of kids to play, you can only pick so many. Okay? And how that was handled is exactly like Jamie said. We've got one boy in this county that's pitched off a mound in a live game that's 9 or 10, or probably was even 11, moved up to 11 this year. So how do you decide how to do this? Well, the simplest thing is to go back and just play 9U for the fact that it's closed base, which means you don't have to hold the runner. You have a hard enough time trying to learn how to throw strikes. And if that has offended that many people, I'm sorry about that. All we try to do is provide an opportunity. I said I'd help anybody else that wanted to get started. I'd help them fundraise. I'd help them. We'd find people to play. We'd find them coaches. But nobody's done that. All they want to do is ridicule and get on other people and point fingers and things. And that's not what this is about. I mean, I'll still be happy to find other people and help them start a program. That's what it's about, the kids. It's not about that somebody was picked because of who they are or what it was. All we try to do is find 9 kids that would commit, that were in that age group, so we didn't have to hold runners and we could concentrate on throwing strikes. And that's caused a big stink. Why? I have no idea. When we'd be more than happy to have other people start a team, teach them what they need to do, find tournaments, help them raise money, whatever we need to do. Because the whole idea behind this was to help these kids get better. Not hurt anybody's feelings, not push anybody aside, or any of that.
Well, as far as the Dodgers and the Pirates game went, there was nothing unfair about that game. I coached with them kids, and I would be doing the same thing if I was on the other side. It's baseball. If I got 2 minutes, I'm going to run my kids out on the field until the umpire says get off the field. That's all I'll say about that. I mean, it was a fair game. They come back and beat us, and it was fair. I didn't like it. Would I fuss about it? Yes, but that's my job, because I want my boys to win. Now, about the Tigers baseball, I can honestly say my boy probably ain't one of the better players on the team. But my thing is, where does your baseball end? Does it end when rec ball's over? Is that all you do? Because I want my boy to play year-round. You know what I mean? I want him to be the best ball player that he can be. And I think these guys have done a great job with what they're doing with these boys. That's all I got to say.
You don't have none?
No comment.
Coach Vince?
No, I just showed up tonight, the first one, and just interested in trying to see what's going on, and I hope we can get to a solution to all this stuff. And I've said some things too, and for one, I don't get involved in that. I coach softball, but all this stuff, there's no representation for the blacks. It's none in here right now. If I wouldn't have walked in the room, it wouldn't have been that one. Now, I heard this, and I'm not coming up here to do this and say that I'm not present. I work at Lanier County High School. I coach, a lot of you know me, I coach girls basketball. I have white girls, black girls. It doesn't matter to me. I just want everything to be level, effective. And if it's that way, I don't have nothing to say. I'm going to treat your kids just like I'm going to treat mine. Probably gonna stay on mine a little harder, but your kid, I'm gonna treat her with respect. I'm gonna be nice to everyone. Do I like to win? Yeah, I coach to win. If you coaching and you ain't coaching to win, or to make them kids better, you're in the wrong business. But I just want to come and show my face and show that I'm an inner parent. I mean, if I can help anyone in anything, I'm here. That's why I come for tonight.
I just was
Chad?
Yeah, I do. Me and Jamie had an incident happen Saturday at the park. And it started off, my boy chattered. You know, I told the team, hey, y'all chatter, let's get it up. So my little boy saying, hey, everybody, swing. We've all done that. Me and Jacob Young played ball together whole life. Well, this man right here, Jamie Cook, in front of my little boys on third, Jamie standing right beside him, says he's mad because he ain't worth the crap. To his boy hit me. Am I right? Because I called Jamie Cook out on him. And he turned around and said, y'all always trying to find some way to cheat. Well, that was my boy. And I'm not going to say the words that I said to him. And then after the game, to make things worse than what they already were, he comes over here to my team that I helped Sam Shaw coach and says, I want to apologize to all the parents and the kids. But the ones that were involved, I don't apologize. And during the game, he even told my brother, you didn't hear your nephew on third chatter? You can chatter. I mean, that's no rule. The catcher can't say nothing. My boy's on third, and you been in the position you in. I mean, the whole game it was like that. And then you come over to make things worse and say to the parents that was involved, I don't apologize. That's all I got to say. You shouldn't threaten my brother with losing his job as an umpire. Neither. He don't care about that. That should have never come out your mouth. But that's kids. But if you want, I mean, I showed you as a parent how I can get back with you. I just feel like you was out of line.
Kid? Come back to me. Shannon?
No, we're gonna say the letter since we're both here, so you don't have to read it, but you can keep it for your notes, because you knew everything that was in there, unless you wanted to. I don't know what happened with y'all's game the other night, so I'm gonna start from the beginning though, and I'll let him go into more detail, but we will never again be affiliated with this park, and I feel as he took the time to volunteer to coach, and it has been heck since the very beginning when we were called before the draft was even done to tell our child to bomb the draft, and I'm just going to start from there. I think the travel ball team is awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that my problem with the travel ball team is not y'all. It is the fact that it has been an issue since the week before the draft. Y'all wanted, and I'm not saying y'all, I don't know who it was, Keith, it might have been you, who knows? I'm not pointing fingers because we don't know. All we know is every parent out there knew that the travel ball team wanted to be the team and not go through the draft. He chose to coach because he wanted everything to be fair. Ever since we have coached, he has never been approached by anyone. He has no idea, nothing that has went on through the whole season. He never even knew his kids on his team got chosen for All-Stars until the kids come up to him and asked him. That is so disrespectful. We have been lied to about cancellations. I have had to call our parents. Oh my God, how many times did I call y'all? And then we had kids telling us that, well, the Tigers were playing. And Norwood, you tried to say to me several times, no, we had to do this, we had to do that. I never got straight answers out of anyone until the kids. I mean, y'all forget that the kids play on the team. And they say, oh no, we had to cancel the game because we had to. I don't want to call my parents 50 times a day. But we all are here for the children. And that is what is so, so sad to me. That we're supposed to be here for the kids. And I do not agree with 2 all-star teams. Because I believe, and again, I think that the travel team is awesome. What I don't agree with, and I think I speak for a lot of people that didn't show up because nobody wants to face you, Keith, and I'll be honest, I haven't said anything behind your back, but I can tell you everybody up there runs their mouth. Everybody. Because no other parent was called to try out for a team. Nobody knew about a travel team, so you're right. If other parents want to, but nobody's ever been approached to say, hey, you know, do y'all want another travel team or y'all want this? So there's a lot of parents that are upset because their kid didn't get asked. A lot of parents upset about it. There was 3 or 4 parents that would not move up to the 9-10 league because they did not want to be affiliated with the whole situation in general. And it's not the kid's fault. But I believe that there should be one team because this whole season it has been drilled in everyone's head from the beginning, the week before the draft. Everybody knew. Keith Newbern said that his Tiger team was going to All-Stars. So do you know what that did to the parents and the kids that were already under the assumption that, wow, they've already picked an All-Star team? So do I agree that y'all's kids are awesome players? Absolutely, I do, because they have played for months. They've not had that opportunity. Other kids have not had that opportunity that the All's travel team has had. However, when we go to All-Stars, Lanier County is a pitching machine league. And that's what they should go as, a pitching machine league.
Shannon, all due respect, that's about 4 minutes.
That's fine, go.
Well, I'm basically going to let the letter I sent, it speaks mainly for itself, but I do agree that these 2 individuals right here have too much power and too much influence on it as far as being coach and chairman of the board and then the travel team. Travel team, and this is Lanier County Parks and Recreation League. Travel team has nothing to do with that. So if you want to put a travel team together in a pitching league, then by all means do that. But our league is pitching machine separate. I've got nothing against these kids. Jamie's my first friend in this county, so I've got nothing against those people. All I know is it's separate. It's separate, and you know, yes, severely disrespected when they call me down to do an all-star pick, and there's not all the list on there, and you've got another coach saying that the teams have already been picked. So, and the calling back and forth, I've had to call my parents numerous times in a week to reschedule. It's basically, I mean, to me, it's pretty classless. You know, we can't keep going through. I got to call my parents 3 times in the night to reschedule stuff. I mean, I don't know if that's on this board here, and the board here, not the citizens, should be voting to make a decision. Isn't that what you guys put this together for? All right, and I felt like I was here to have my kids a fair shake and teach the kids. I think we've had a couple kids on the team that could never hit before and actually hit at the end of the season, so I'm very proud of that. But I won't do it again, and that's just not with these 2 right here. And anything I say, I'll say to any one of y'all's faces. I don't need to talk behind anybody's back. I'm okay with that. And these 2 know exactly where I stand. It's very disappointing that I come off of out here to help you guys out. You called me to ask about coaching, and to get treated the way you 2 treated me, it's a shame. And I won't do it again. Well, not being from this county, and not being in town when the All-Star meeting happened, not being in town for the draft, I am Jamie's ex-brother-in-law. You know, if anybody has a beef in this room, I was married to his sister, and I guess I could be ticked off. I could better, control my language, but it's not. His children are my nephews. My kid has nothing to do with the 9-year-old kids, but the recurring theme, starting with Keith and going around the room, was kids, but none of us could get past parents. Okay? I grew up in Valdosta. Well, I actually grew up other places, but mostly in Valdosta. Before I had children, before I even thought about having children, I volunteered at the Boys Club in the YMCA. And every time I volunteered, there were 2 all-star teams. And hear me out, this is just my thinking. We did it twice. You had over there, they were both live pitches. That's just the way they had it. We didn't have machine pitch. You had the kids that were, well, they labeled them A and B. The stronger team win, but you had to get those other kids the opportunity to get the experience, or the next year they were just going to get thrown into a hornet's nest and get the crap kicked out of them. That is the reason. I understand the reason we can't have open base or can't have 10-year-olds on a live pitch team, because we haven't practiced it. It doesn't. But when they create a new team in the major leagues, or they create a new
college football team or whatever, they have feeder programs. They have to start somewhere. Okay, we have to start somewhere. Why not now? Why not jump up, embrace the change, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, let the kids play. I mean, if they get the crap kicked out of them, look, I had 3 of them from the game the other day, the little disputed time limit game or whatever, and it really wasn't a dispute. I mean, the first game, Stride said, hey, there's 10 minutes, even though we had played 5 innings. The second time, he said there's 4 minutes. We won one, we lost one. Tanya, I commented on the post on the social network and said, hey, great job, y'all beat us. I mean, big deal. I mean, we lost. I had 3 kids in my car, 6 total at the house. 20 minutes after the game, not a mention of it. They didn't care. All they want to know was, are you making hot dogs? Are you grilling chicken? Are we having French fries tonight? Hey, would you get me some of those root beers from the store? I mean, at the end of the day, we need to grow up, okay? All of us, grow up, put your big boy pants on, and go up there and make an example of yourself for those kids.
Amen to you. And I'm here on, I don't have boys, and right now I'm glad that I don't have boys.
I have a girl too. We could have went on the whole girl thing, but you know.
I'm here because I paid $40 at the beginning of the year, and Meredith's last game was April 25th. Played 5 times. I've had to pay to be in 2 or 3 tournaments just for her to get some playing time. So basically, that is my complaint.
Got 5 games.
We got 5 games.
Like
Mary
6
Jason's
and
name.
19 girls.
It's 10 and under girls. Now, 2 of our games were rained out. It's 2 of ours, but they were never scheduled.
Pearson,
We went to Pearson once.
That's kind of my whole thing too, is, my husband has coached the 10 and under girls, and that issue is an issue, and another issue is, we get tired of hearing that we had a stacked team. We chose teams, every other pick was picked, and, there were girls that Eric's coached for 3 years that he didn't get on his team this year, that another ball player, and so supposedly now we can't play that team because we beat them every time, but we've got 5 third graders on that team. We actually have one of the youngest teams. Whether they beat them or not is because I feel like he works them hard, he practices hard. But we've only had 5 games, and tonight's supposed to be our last game. So
Tonight will be our 6th game.
So last week, the other 2 teams played Monday through Thursday night. So they played 12 games so far. We played 5. And now I don't know if that's true, but it come from the other coach's mouth that they played 12 games.
Jason?
Man, I don't know where to start. I don't have a real big agenda too much, but there were some things happened Saturday on the field that I was with a team I was coaching, and I don't condone it. I'm not happy with my behavior. I'm not happy with any of our behavior for when it happened. But it wasn't just a huge deal. It was to us at the time, but we left it on the field. And I guess what I'm getting at is when you're coaching, whether my little boys team, when I was coaching it, and each of you that have kids on the team you're coaching, you're not just coaching. When you're playing another team, you're coaching all those kids, man. They're all going to be on Lanier County Bulldogs at some point. They're all going to be on the same team. And, we're coaching all of those youngins, in the 8 and under ball. All of those kids are on our team, we're playing each other. We might not go practice with them and build them like that, but I guess, hearing people say that they don't want to coach anymore, I can't not coach. I'm not the best coach in the world. As a matter of fact, Probably a few parents would rather I not coach their kid. I can see that happening, you know, but, because I've never been the best ball player in the world either, but certainly not the best coach, but my little boy loves it too much. And I don't want to miss a game, and if I'm committed to coaching it, then I'm going to do everything I can do to be there, you know, and I'm going to commit to being there, and I get to see him play more, and all the other kids play more. I don't want to quit coaching, but I think if they're going to learn to have a good time, they're supposed to be out there to play ball. It's not called working ball, it's playing ball. And the only way they're ever going to learn to have fun doing it is to learn from the coaches having fun coaching ball. And I didn't have fun Saturday at all. I did it the first, and I caught myself not having fun, and I can't do that. I got to quit coaching if I can't go out there and have a good time, and all the coaches teaching them how to have fun playing ball. And of course, I'm not pointing fingers for pointing anywhere. I'm pointing two back at me, you know, because I let it go too far, and I don't want it to be like that. The last thing I want my little boy or anybody on my team or anybody else's team seeing is me arguing with another grown-up on that ball field over a ball game. You know, I was ashamed of myself, and I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be fun. I know you got to have rules. I understand that, and I want to follow the rules. I don't always know them all, and sometimes we forget them, and you know, do something crazy. And I understand having to take an out or something for it or whatever, but I'm probably talking in circles. But I didn't have a whole lot. I was just kind of asked to be, you know, to represent.
We appreciate all y'all's comments.
Y'all skip Kevin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Well, I've been around this park board for many years. I've coached teams. I've took them to district. I've won district. I took them to state, come in third in state. I've done a little bit of all of it. I've coached all age groups. 24, yeah, better than 12, but we're getting away from the original way of doing it, implement it. That's great. But taking a full-fledged travel ball team that belongs to y'all, great idea, yeah. But go with the initial A team and then the B team. But if you take your travel ball team saying that's an all-star when it's all-star in y'all's group, yeah, that's great. But just pick the initial all-star and then whatever, the ones that need to on the B team, that's what we need to do. But just taking y'all's and then splitting it up, we need to take the 12 best, because if you do it that way, you're gonna be down on both sides, I think. There's just a lot of stuff been going on this year. I mean, it's really ridiculous on both sides. I'm there to win, like most coaches. I play hard. I try to teach the kids right, wrong, thing to do to play the game the best of their ability. I helped Chris out as much as I could. He did a fabulous, great job. And I do think a few things he did get shafted on of not being told the right stuff about, especially with the all-star situation of how it was going down. You just need to think about it and do the right thing. You want to do the live pitch, put it in there next year. That'll be great. I've had kids come up and on up in the high school. They've never had it. Yeah, it gets ahead, but I got one that played wheel pitch many games and played on travel ball with wheel pitch. Offensive player of the year. I mean, it's just going to be the ability of the kids, how fast they learn, yeah. I mean, quicker the better. But I think I need to go with the pick of A team and B team.
Appreciate y'all's comments. Like I say, we've started.
Can I get about 30 more seconds? Maybe 30 minutes, I don't know.
Too many people if we do that.
I know, but
I appreciate y'all's comments. We've started this board about a year ago. I know there's probably been a lot of concerns from parents.
We carried on in the parking lot.
We, we hadn't had any parents show up at these meetings. This is the most people we've had come to a meeting all together.
Oh, yeah.
Total, probably triple the amount. We had one meeting, other than commissioners, we've had maybe one meeting where we had 2 or 3, and that's been the most. So that's what we need is, if y'all have any concern, this is the place to vent those concerns, is these meetings. I feel like, so a lot of this, been new to me, so. What you got? Anyway, we'll move on. Next item on the list is, Park Director's Conference.
In no set order, I'm going to leave in a short bit, so I'm going to try to cover everything I need to cover. Excuse myself, is that all right?
Can I get 30 seconds of your time?
As the season winds down, in the month of June, first off, I have all my improvement down in service that's expected to incur. Don't have the figure on it yet. All my field improvement is ready. Sand trap machine, that kind of stuff. All I need to do service. Next, prices for all-star uniforms. I piecemeal prices out. Caps at RNS with $9.25, bodies $8.25. Boardwalk $8.75, caps at $25 for the line. And of course, all-star, we do a nicer version of everything. We try and do the top of the line. So as I continue piecemealing the uniform out, drawing vendors locally, about also saying locally, I still wind up going back to Sports Shop for a tool package, a matching uniform, and the best price on a complete uniform is going to be $38.50. Complete. That's socks, pants, belt, shirt, whichever one.
Can you get, can you just get all that on the sheet for each place and give to her so we ain't got to go drive them through all this?
The best price that still will be at Sports Shop in the dry fit shirt, what everybody wants. Everybody wants for the lightweight dry fit. That's part of the package. My John Deere mower, real back to my mower, real mower. We will probably be looking at another mower. Doing a little experiment with hydraulics with Mr. Culpepper at school. It's still not up to par. Concession stand repair. Concession stand is probably in any kind of board of commissioners. We like to get along with local school. They chose not to participate at the concession stand here repairing ASAP. It's property of the board of commissioners. It's our duty to take care of it. So it needs repaired right away. Whether the school picks it or not. Otherwise, we'll just sit there and deteriorate. I see on here were trophies. Trophies were selected. Best price on the trophies were from
On those trophies, really, could have been included in Park Board addresses, Park Rec. I just found this out a week ago that in years past, y'all hadn't gave trophies out to anyone over 14 or 12 and under girls. I was just wondering why, because they pay play just like everybody else, and I got, because I'm saying this because I coach, 14 under girls, and I've got about 3 girls on my team ain't never played. So I think it'd be home fit to give them trophies as well, because some may not care, but I think it's worth it to the ones that probably do. Scratch 6 off the lid. Unless y'all have some other issues.
No name, I see what no name goes on there. First of no name goes to raise funds for underprivileged kids. something that the brains out of me, all property, we put it together, did it, all the way, we paid for it, like, we don't go out seeking donation. Kids who work, we pay for the officials on the field, the kids who work. According to the rules presented to us this year, funds we received from that can't be used as a fiscal. This conversation means I've had many times. If I deposit these checks, proceeds from the main load, it goes to the general account. Now, that's not the intent of it. General account would actually, from all the working time we put in it, no control of it. It's not contract with anything. I agree. So, yeah, I've been holding on to it. Once these deposits, do I get control of it? It's a question.
You got to see the county commissioner. Me and you done talked about this 100 times, but pretty much, unless you, anytime fundraisers done to raise money for a park, what I've been told the county commissioners, unless it is earmarked before the event, what you're gonna do.
No county funds were used on this. No county funds, no county.
I don't understand why it can't be included in the fundraiser.
No county funds, it doesn't have to be, no county funds were used on this. No.
I mean, now,
I thought as long as no county funds were used, it could be earmarked wherever.
But one thing too, whenever all this first come up, Paul sat right in here with the rest of the commissioners and said that the intent of it, whenever we asked about it being put in the fundraiser, he ramrodded it, and his comment in this room was that he done it with intent to put it back to make up for what the county.
For the kids, the underprivileged kids, that's what we
That's just something needs to go, you need to discuss that with them. Because I've approached them, I'm the biggest one out of this whole room that's pushed for fundraisers to make the park, concession stands, all that. And I have went to them multiple times and they've told, they won't, I mean, I've tried to beg for every penny down there to be put in the fundraiser account, not go back in the county fund. And they won't let me have every penny to go in the fundraiser account. Every dime they
So
will.
there's no issue with money, right? We control it, we can account for every penny. It's just the idea of, as Ms. Miller put it, double tax, and I would like to double pay. Just that simple. That's, that's the gist of it.
I mean, I just went to Alex multiple times, they won't let you do anything.
Employee time, she just had the last meeting, we on that, as far as I know.
Was there anything done?
Yeah, we will have to approve her.
I'll let them report it.
What would she be doing?
Well, for instance, this past Saturday, Friday was a very long day for all day, all night. When the kids come in, they got to sign a test to, get this together, we got a concession stand, machines, whatever I have done. Saturday, I had one call in, so when one call in, I mean, I got to do what I'm doing and fill in. It was a little late getting started, is that correct, Ms. Palmer? Anyway, I didn't have no back to fill in. So somebody, need somebody to hold it in, somebody can't, sure.
That she will be working in the concession gate,
Well,
and another office help.
no, but just wherever, wherever somebody needs.
I mean, I don't see the point, me personally, hiring her right now when the season's almost over.
I got all stuff coming up, I might need some additional representation.
I mean, there was 3 employees down there Saturday,
Tina-
2 girls and then